One ordinary morning, a man in his late 60s felt a strange pressure in his chest, a little shortness of breath, and a wave of nausea. He told himself, "It's just indigestion. I'll lie down for a while." He never made it to the hospital. Stories like this happen every single day, not because people don't care about their health, but because they don't know what to do in those first critical minutes, or they wait too long to act. If you're over 65, or you love someone who is, you may already think about your heart more than you say out loud. Maybe you've felt tightness in your chest, unusual fatigue, or that odd feeling that something is off, and you can't put your finger on it. Maybe you've told yourself, "I don't want to overreact," or "I don't want to bother anyone," so you just wait and hope it passes. You are not alone. Many older adults are more afraid of causing a fuss than they are of a heart attack. Others are confused about the symptoms, or think a real heart attack always looks like in the movies, a dramatic collapse, clutching the chest, sirens. In real life, it can be quieter, slower, and easier to ignore until it's too late. But here's the hopeful truth. While you can't control if a heart attack will ever happen, you can absolutely control how prepared you are. There are simple, practical steps you can take before, during, and after those first warning signs that can literally make the difference between life and death, or between a full recovery and years of disability. In this video, we're going to talk about 6 life-saving tips every senior must know to survive a heart attack after 65. By the end of this video, you'll know what to watch for, what to do immediately if you suspect something is wrong, how to make it easier for others to help you, and how to prepare right now, while you're calm, so you're not trying to figure everything out in the middle of an emergency. And stay with me until the very end, because the 6th tip we'll talk about is one most people never think about. Yet it can quietly increase your chances of surviving not just a heart attack, but almost any serious medical crisis in your later years. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Learn the real warning signs, and promise yourself you won't ignore them. The first life-saving tip isn't something you do after a heart attack starts. It's what you do in the very first minutes, when your body is whispering, something is wrong, and your mind is tempted to say, it's probably nothing. A heart attack doesn't always look like the movies. For many people over 65, symptoms can be slower, stranger, and easier to explain away. Common warning signs include pressure, tightness, squeezing, or pain in the chest that lasts more than a few minutes or comes and goes, pain or discomfort in one or both arms, the back, neck, jaw, or upper stomach, shortness of breath, with or without chest discomfort, breaking out in a cold sweat, feeling lightheaded, dizzy, nauseous, or unusually weak or tired, CDC. Older adults, especially women and people with diabetes, may have quieter symptoms, like fatigue, indigestion like discomfort, or back and jaw pain instead of crushing chest pain. heartfoundation.org.au. That's why so many seniors say afterward, "I thought it was just gas. I thought I'd slept funny. I thought I just needed to rest." Here is the mindset shift that can save your life. If it might be a heart attack, I will treat it like one, until a doctor proves it isn't. That means, you don't wait an hour to see what happens. You don't lie down hoping sleep will fix it. You don't just take antacids and hope the feeling goes away. Instead, you say, "This is new. This is worrying. I will act now." Ask yourself, have I promised myself, clearly, that I will take these signs seriously, even if I'm scared of making a fuss? Because people who survive heart attacks often say the same thing. "I'm glad I listened to that little voice that said, something is not right." Number 2. Make calling emergency services your very first move, not your last. The second life-saving tip is simple. but many people over 65 struggle with it. Call emergency services immediately, 911 in the US or your local number, at the first strong suspicion of a heart attack. Not your doctor's office. Not your neighbor. Not your friend for advice. Emergency services. Right away. Time is muscle. The longer a heart attack goes untreated, the more heart muscle dies, and the harder it is to recover. Emergency teams can start treatment on the way to the hospital and route you to a facility that can open blocked arteries quickly. Mayo Clinic. Yet many seniors hesitate because they don't want to bother anyone, worry about the cost of an ambulance, feel embarrassed if it turns out to be nothing. Here's the truth. Paramedics would much rather arrive and say, "You're okay," than arrive too late. The cost of an ambulance is real, but the cost of delaying care can be your life or years of weak heart function. You will not look silly for taking chest pain seriously. You will look wise. If you are with someone who might be having a heart attack, don't ask, "Do you want to go?" Say, "I'm calling an ambulance now. We can be sure at the hospital." And if you live alone, decide in advance. If I ever have chest discomfort I can't explain, or sudden shortness of breath, I will call emergency services within minutes, not hours. Ask yourself, in a real emergency, is my first instinct to minimize and wait, or to pick up the phone and get help on the way? Practice the words now so they're easier to say later. I'm having chest pain and trouble breathing. I'm over 65. I may be having a heart attack. Number 3. Build your heart emergency kit before you ever need it. In the middle of a crisis, clear thinking is hard. Pain, fear, and confusion make it difficult to remember medication names, doctor phone numbers, or your full medical history. That's why the third tip is about preparation while you're calm. Think of a heart emergency kit as a small collection of information and tools that make it easier for others to help you fast. It might include a one-page medical summary, your diagnoses, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, etc., all medications and doses, any allergies, your cardiologist's and primary doctor's names and phone numbers, an emergency contact list, the person you want called first, backup contacts if they don't answer, copies or photos on your phone of your insurance card, and ID instructions for your home, like where a spare key is and how to get in if you can't answer the door. Keep this information in your wallet near your main phone, saved as a photo or note on your smartphone. If paramedics arrive and you're scared or struggling to talk, being able to hand them a paper or point them to a card on your fridge can save precious minutes. You can even put a small note on your front door or fridge that says, "Medical information inside." Location: if you live alone, consider a medical alert device, pendant or wristband. You can press if you can't reach the phone, telling a trusted neighbor or building manager where your information is. In case of emergency, ask yourself, if I had a heart attack tonight, would anyone know what medications I'm on, what I'm allergic to, and who to call, or would they be guessing while the clock is ticking? You may never need this kit. But if you do, you'll be grateful you took an afternoon to put it together. If you're still listening, comment the number 2 below so we know you're here. And if these conversations matter to you, consider subscribing. Your support helps us keep creating videos like this for older adults and their families. Now, let's move forward. Number 4. Know and practice the exact steps your doctor wants you to take. This video is for education. It cannot replace advice from your own doctor. So the 4th tip is to sit down with your healthcare provider and create a personal, if this happens, do this, plan for heart symptoms. At your next appointment, you might say, If I ever think I'm having a heart attack, chest pain, shortness of breath, or other warning signs, what exactly do you want me to do in the first few minutes, step by step, until the ambulance arrives? Your doctor may talk with you about calling emergency services first, before anything else. Current Heart Association guidance emphasizes calling 911 right away and not delaying care to take medicines on your own. Mayo Clinic. Whether they want you to use nitroglycerin, if it has been prescribed for you, whether aspirin is appropriate for you in an emergency, and if so, how and when. You may have heard old advice like, if you think you're having a heart attack, chew an aspirin. Some experts still talk about this because aspirin can help reduce clotting during a heart attack. Home, the wonder drug, Bayer aspirin. But more recent guidance is clearer. Don't delay calling 911 to take anything, and don't start aspirin or other medications on your own without your doctor's instruction, especially if you have allergies, bleeding risks, or other conditions. www.heart.org. That's why having a personalized plan matters so much. Your doctor knows your heart history, your other diseases, your medicines, and bleeding risks. Ask them to write your plan down in simple steps. Help you keep it with your heart emergency kit. Explain it to a spouse, partner, or close friend if possible. Then, practice it in your mind. Imagine the symptoms. Imagine picking up the phone. Imagine following those steps. That mental rehearsal makes it easier to act quickly under stress. Ask yourself, do I have specific, written instructions from my doctor about what to do if I suspect a heart attack? Or am I relying on half-remembered advice from the TV and internet? Number 5. If you survive a heart attack, treat recovery like a second chance, not a return to business as usual. Many people over 65 focus only on surviving the event itself. But survival doesn't end when you leave the hospital. The weeks and months afterward are critical to prevent another heart attack and to rebuild your strength. This is where cardiac rehabilitation and follow-up care become life-saving. Cardiac rehab is a supervised program, often in a hospital or clinic, that includes safe, monitored exercise, education about heart, healthy eating, medications, and lifestyle support for stress, anxiety, and depression after a heart scare. Studies show that older adults who attend and complete cardiac rehab after a heart attack have lower risks of future heart problems, fewer hospitalizations, and better survival than those who skip it. CDC. In some research, completing rehab is associated with roughly 1/3 lower risk of death over the following years. AHA journals. Yet many seniors never go. They're tired. They're scared of exercise. They think, I'm too old. It won't help. Or nobody clearly explained how important it is. If you ever find yourself discharged after a heart attack, ask, am I being referred to cardiac rehab? When does it start? Who can help me get there? If transportation is a problem, tell your doctor or social worker. Sometimes there are programs, ride services, or home-based options. Beyond rehab, business as usual often needs to change. Taking your heart medications exactly as prescribed, stopping smoking if you smoke, moving your body regularly in ways your doctor approves, managing blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes carefully, keeping your follow-up appointments, even when you feel better. Ask yourself, if I survived a heart attack tomorrow, would I treat it as a warning and make changes, or would I be tempted to slip back into old habits the moment I felt a little better? Your heart attack, if it ever comes, is not just a crisis. It's also a message. You got another chance. What will you do with it? Number 6. Train your heart team and talk openly about what to do for you and for others. The last tip may be the most overlooked. No one survives a heart attack alone. Even if you live by yourself, your chances are better when the people around you, family, friends, neighbors, church members, know what to look for and what to do. Talk with the people in your life about the warning signs of a heart attack in older adults to your personal plan. If I say I'm having chest pain, please call emergency services right away. Where you keep your medical information and medications, who should be contacted if something happens, if you spend time regularly in certain places. A faith community, a senior center, a club. Encourage them to learn CPR through a certified class, know where the nearest AED, automated external defibrillator, is and how to use it. Bystander CPR and early defibrillation can dramatically improve survival when a heart attack leads to cardiac arrest. Studies in older adults show that those who receive bystander CPR are substantially more likely to survive to hospital discharge and live longer afterward than those who do not. PubMed Central. You may feel shy about bringing this up, but imagine the difference if your spouse or friend recognizes your symptoms early because you talked about them. Your neighbor knows to grab your medical summary from the fridge. Someone near you at church or the store knows CPR and isn't afraid to start it while help is on the way. Also remember, this isn't just about you. By having these conversations, you might be the reason someone else's life is saved one day, because your family or friends knew what to do when they saw someone collapse. Ask yourself, have I trained the people around me, at least a little, on what to do if my heart or theirs suddenly needs help? Or am I hoping strangers will figure it out in the moment? These 6 tips: knowing the signs, calling for help immediately, preparing your heart emergency kit, having a doctor-approved action plan, taking recovery seriously with cardiac rehab and lifestyle changes, and training your heart team, can't guarantee the future, but they tilt the odds in your favor. You may not choose when a heart attack happens, but you can choose, right now, to be ready. Final thoughts. We've just talked about 6 life-saving tips every senior should know to survive a heart attack after 65. Learning the real warning signs, and promising yourself you won't ignore them, making calling emergency services your very first move, not your last. Building a simple heart emergency kit with your key information ready to go, getting a clear, written step-by-step plan from your own doctor, treating recovery as a second chance, not a return to business as usual, and training your heart team, the people around you, to know what to do. If you felt a little uneasy listening to this, that's understandable. Heart attacks are scary. It's tempting to push the topic away and say, I don't want to think about that. But avoiding the subject doesn't make you safer. Understanding it does. You may not be able to control whether a heart attack ever happens. Age, family history, and past health are real. But what you can control is how prepared you are if that day ever comes. And very often, it's not a fancy procedure or a miracle drug that makes the first difference. It's simple things. You recognizing the signs, you calling for help right away, you having your information ready, you and your loved ones knowing the plan. Those are choices you can start making today, even while you feel fine. So ask yourself, which of these 6 tips do I need to act on first? Is it learning the warning signs? Writing down my medical information? Talking with my doctor? Sharing a plan with my family? Then ask, what is one small step I can take this week to be more prepared than I was last week? Maybe it's putting a card in your wallet, scheduling a checkup, talking with a neighbor, or practicing the simple sentence, I'm having chest pain. Please call an ambulance. Taking these steps is not being dramatic. It's being wise. It's you saying, my life matters, and I'm going to give myself the best chance I can. Thank you for joining us today and for having the courage to think about something most people avoid until it's too late. In the comments below, share one change you're willing to make to be more prepared for a heart emergency, for yourself or for someone you love. Your ideas might give another senior the courage to get ready, too. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend or family member over 65. Your support helps us keep creating good content to inform and inspire older adults and their families. Thank you for watching. Take gentle care of your heart, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.